I've been thinking a lot about something that we're praying for right now. We've given God a deadline of 3 weeks, asking Him to answer in prayer of something we're trying to find on the internet that we need to purchase for our ministry. It's going to save us money. It's going to help us in many, many different ways. I don't want to go into this on a radio program and make you feel like I'm trying to ask you to do something. But if you want to pray with us about this, I'm going to let you know that. And so I'm going to teach you about how to beg God. I believe there's 3 ways to beg God. And the word that I use for begging is beseech. That's a Bible word. And it means to entreat, to supplicate, to implore, to ask, or pray with urgency. So that's what beseech means. It's found 70 times in the Bible in one form or another. So it's a popular word. And I'm going to explain 3 ways that I beg God. And first way is I remind Him of my heart. And that comes from 2 Kings 20, verse 3. I beseech thee, O Lord, remember now how I have walked before thee in truth and with a perfect heart, and have done that which is good in thy sight. And Hezekiah wept sore. Of course, we all know that's when he was begging for God to let him live another 15 years. But he said, Lord, I know I've not been perfect, but I've tried. And so I just beg you, could you do this for me? And that's one of the ways that I'm talking to God and asking Him. I'm saying that to Him. I'm letting Him know, I wish that you'd see it this way, because I am trying to please you with my life. And this would help me to be able to see more souls saved. I just try to go up from my heart. Now, the next way to beg God is to remind Him of His heart. And that was in Nehemiah 1:5, and said, I beseech thee, O Lord God of heaven, the great and terrible God that keepeth covenant and mercy for them that love Him and observe His commandments. He's saying, Nehemiah's saying all these good things about God. And sometimes I'll say, oh God, you're such a good God. And I'll go through all the things that He's given me and the ways He's blessed my life. And, I'm sitting in a vehicle right now that God gave us a deal on that we needed, because we have so many children now that we wanted to have extra seating for them to travel in a car. And so anyway, it's a long story, but, I just go through His blessings and say, because you are who you are, God, I wish you'd do this for us. Because you're a merciful God, because you do things that I don't deserve. I talk to Him like that. And that's how I beg God. The third and final way is just to plain beg Him. And that's from Psalm 118, verse 25. Save now, I beseech thee, O Lord. O Lord, I beseech thee, and send now prosperity. That's just plain, just, I don't know what else to say, God, but I need you to do this. I know I've been watching on Facebook several people that have children that are very sick. And I can sense they're beseeching God. And it touches my heart as I read them asking us to pray. And then I take a minute and I pray over them then, and I just beg God to perform that which I can't see Him doing, that which I can't even understand how it could happen. Because there's so many times that God can do things that I can't even believe He can do it. So then that's the final way to beg God, is just to plain say it like you want to say it. I just beg you, God, to do it. So that's the 3 ways that I think you can beseech God and beg Him for something. And if you want to join me for the next 3 weeks, by April 1st, we have to have this thing done. So if that gives you anything, and if you want to go on my Facebook page, or I might be telling you something about it, but I'm just looking forward to God doing it, because He is a God that has done it for me in the past, and I think He knows my heart, knows I want to do it, and then I'm just plain begging Him. Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice.